Well, I came across a YouTube reading of an SF novelette, The Memory of Mars by Raymond F. Jones. And Raymond was pretty prolific back in the golden age of SF, which Asimov, I learned just recently, felt was 1939 through 1963. I include 1964 and 1965, at least due to the publication of Dune in late 1964 and early 1965 in analog. But Raymond F. Jones was someone I saw frequently while I was reading science fiction in the 60s. And Lester Del Rey has a little bit about Raymond here in the world of science fiction. And he's talking about 1943. Raymond F. Jones made his first major appearance in October with 50 Million Monkeys. Jones had previously had 3 short stories in Astounding, but this was his real debut. The story takes off from the idea that 50 million monkeys typing at random will eventually produce all the works of Shakespeare, a logical fallacy, of course. So he discusses Jones a little bit more here. And so Lester included Raymond in his work, and so did David Pringle. This is David Pringle's excellent The Ultimate Encyclopedia of Science Fiction, and he has a little bit on Raymond here too. Jones was typical of the best that magazine SF produced, moving smoothly from early stories for Astounding, such as The Clever Noise Level, to deft novels like This Island Earth, 1952, which was later filmed. With impressive juveniles such as The Year When Stardust Fell, 1958, he contributed much competent work that helped solidify the center of the genre. So David and Lester include him. I could not find Raymond F. Jones in the index of Aldous Billion Year Spree or James F. Gunn's. I can't remember the name of his science fiction encyclopedia, but it's pretty darn good. Here's my copy of This Island Earth, which of course I watched again last summer. This is from the Scream/Shout Factory, and it is a Blu-ray, and they did really improve the video quite a bit, and I enjoyed watching this again quite a bit. It was really good, as usual. So, this is what I dug up on the internet about Raymond. He was born in 1915 in Salt Lake City. January 24th, 1994, he passed away in Salt Lake County, Utah. And he is best known for his 1952 novel, This Island Earth. And it was first published in the thrilling Wonder Stories magazine as a serialized set of 3 novelettes by Jones. They were The Alien Machine in the June 1949 issue, The Shroud of Secrecy in the December 1949 issue, and The Greater Conflict in the February 1950 issue. These 3 stories were later combined and expanded into the 1952 novel This Island Earth, which, as you guys have probably noticed, I no longer have that. I should have kept that one. Jones' Correspondence Course from Astounding April 1949 appears in the highly thought of Adventures in Time and Space, the Healy McComas catalog of great early Golden Age SF published in 1946. And of course I did keep several copies of that. And it is way toward the end of the book. And here is Correspondence Course, which I have always liked quite a bit. I first read Adventures in Time and Space probably by 1968 or so. And Raymond F. Jones produces a really powerful story here, certainly worth your time to read. And I thought he had done a great job on this one. So, what I saw from Tom on his great site, Stories of Future Past, is Raymond F. Jones' story, The Memory of Mars. And that first appeared in the December 1961 issue of Amazing Stories. I had not read this before, or even seen it before. Listening to and reading it on screen simultaneously about 10 days ago on Tom. He spells it Trestle, but I believe he pronounces it Tristle's site, Stories of Futures Past. Tom conveniently has the text on screen as he reads. I'll put up one of my Raymond F. Jones juveniles here, so you guys aren't bored to death. And I actually read most of it while he was reading, which I found very helpful to comprehend the story. The story is, well, I'll just say it's written about 5 years before PKDs do androids dream of electric sheep. Excuse me, guys. I've been out raking leaves today. Do androids dream of electric sheep? Now, I noticed right away that there were some parallels here, and really, pretty strong parallels. This story, The Memory of Mars, again, was written in December 1961, and Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep was Doubleday, 1968. Now, the plot lines are handled a bit differently, but very familiar to anyone who has read Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. I'm not saying anything bad here, but in this story by Jones, there is clearly some of PKD's Imposter, Astounding June 1953, and this has some influence on Jones in this story. Isaac Asimov said something like this, and I'm paraphrasing this. I don't remember exactly how he put it. He said something like, I stood on the shoulders or the backs of giants to write his science fiction, and clearly new ideas spread and grow. I enjoyed Tom's reading of this story immensely. You may like it too. Here's a link to Tom's great reading on YouTube. I will post this link on my site. And I've got that there. And Project Gutenberg has this novelette and much more of Jones' work downloadable and free. Now, this is a John C. Winston juvenile written by Raymond F. Jones. And, of course, you recognize the illustration that was in these books. And this one, I believe, was published in 1952. And I have not read it for a long time. Copyright 1952. This must be the second printing, May 1954, printed in the United States of America. So at any rate, that's what I have today. And I think you would really be intrigued by this story, The Memory of Mars. So if you get a chance, you could listen to it or read it or both. And that's all I have for now. Thanks a lot.